could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind.
All right, enough of that. It's too late for all that, man. What it do? Hope everybody's having a happy Thursday. I was about to say happy Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is. As you can see, this is an unscheduled live stream. Ran across this yesterday and wanted to do a video, kind of ran out of time. We are going to be talking about the Chase Freedom and the Freedom Flex 2026. Quarter one bonus categories. As you can see in yellow diagonally, 7 times per dollar spent. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring myself in here. Hope everybody's having a good day. And what it do? Welcome to the Points Blank Travel YouTube channel. It's your host that sometimes does the most. It's your boy Rod, and I want to thank everybody for being here. Again, we're going to be talking about this Chase Freedom Flex card. The Freedom card is kind of no longer available to new applicants. It is there for people who had it before. I heard it is a downgrade option, but we're going to be talking about this Freedom Flex, man, and that is one of the favorite cards in my wallet. And it is in my wallet right now. So we're not going to be just talking about some. I ain't going to be just making up nothing. We're going to be on here talking about it. Let me show y'all so y'all know I ain't playing, man. Hold up. Let me show y'all. Freedom Flex, baby. Freedom Flex. All day, every day. Anyway, hey, welcome to Points Blank Travel. On this channel, we talk about credit. We talk about points. We talk about miles, cashback, personal finance, and how to travel around the world or around the country for little or no money out of your pocket. If there's something you're interested in, do your boy a favor if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, that little thumb that's going upwards. I don't care what you do to it. Blow on it, kiss it. Just make sure it changes blue and make sure it's going up. Also, share the channel with a family member, a friend. Don't just say, throw it on your community tab if you're a content creator. Tell somebody. And I can guarantee you, man, tell your cousin, your cousin's cousin, your coworker. I don't care who you tell. Just tell somebody so we can get this information out there. And let me tell y'all about this Freedom Flex. See, we got Just Ask It in the house. We got Odie Peralta. Hey, fun. Yeah, it is going to be fun. I'm glad you're here. We got 14 real homies in the crib. Glad each and every one of y'all could be here. I am broadcasting from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't even want to talk about that. But, hey, one love, man. Appreciate you. All right, let me get into this Freedom Flex. Let's talk about this card. And before I start sharing my screen, before we go any further, this is a no annual fee credit card. It's not a debit card. It's a credit card. And I can tell you right now, no annual fee. Let's start off. We're going to start off getting right into it. If you have a card that doesn't have an annual fee, I did a video many moons ago about credit card emotions. You know, you call and you, hey, what's up, Derek, what's going on? You get a credit card and you want a credit limit increase. And you call up Chase in this case, and they say, I'm sorry, Rod, man, we can't give you an increase at this time. First thing we want to do is we want to get emotional. We want to get mad. We want to tell them to cancel the card. It's no annual fee. No reason to do that. Keep the card. Wait another 3-6 months, and then you will get a bonus. Now, let's talk about this Freedom Flex. It is a rotating bonus category credit card, meaning every quarter, the 5% cash back or 5 times the points. They're going to refer to it in both ways. And you guys have to be ready for that because, and I'm going to break it down for you. If you have the Chase Freedom Flex only, although it says 5 times the points, and I got on the thumbnail 7 times per $1, it's going to list it as points, but in all reality, it's cash back unless you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. We're not here to talk about the Sapphire Preferred, but I want to make sure everybody understands this because it can be some confusion. This is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. You have the Freedom Flex. We're talking about the Freedom Flex, but in order To use your Chase Ultimate Reward points for travel, you have to have the Sapphire Preferred. If you only had a Freedom Flex, I don't care if they call it points. I don't care if they call it donuts, cinnamon rolls. At the end of the day, it's cash back. I don't care what they call it. All right. Now, with that card, you're going to get 5%, and every month it's going to rotate. You're not going to know what the bonus categories are until 2 weeks before the new quarter. So you have January, February, March. April starts the second quarter. May, June, July 3rd starts the third quarter. And October starts the fourth quarter. The first quarter of 2026, this is not right now, starting January 1st, and I'm getting ready to share my screen here in a minute, you're going to get 5 times the points at Norwegian Cruises. You book a cruise. Now, you just can't pop up on the boat. You got to book a cruise with the card, and you're going to get 5 times the points. If you want to donate or you're part of the American Heart Association, your donation, you're going to get 5 times the points or 5% cash back. Now, the big dog, when you go to a restaurant, and I hate how they word it, so when I get to sharing the screen, we ain't going to have to go over that part. Whether it's dine in, carry out, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Rod's Rides. Hey, I'm delivering food too. I'm just kidding. I'm not. Don't y'all call thinking I'm about to deliver no cheeseburgers or nothing, because it ain't happening. Anyway, when you use it for restaurants, the Freedom Flex on any other month is going to give you 3 times the points per dollar spent anyway. Well, this month, they didn't do it in 2025. This month, they're going to give you in quarter one 5 times the points for restaurants plus the 2 times the points. I don't care how they shake it and bake it. It's 7 times for every dollar spent. Now, I am going to share my screen because I'm a visual person. I can sit up here and quote all this. And if you notice, I don't have anything in front of me. I just know this from memory. But that's not really doing the viewers any good. So what I want to do, let me go ahead and share my screen here. And I want to break this down because there's a lot of little bitty things here. Let me move this up a little bit. There's a lot of little bitty things here that I want to go over with y'all that if you don't understand this card, you're not going to know. So let me go ahead and share that. All right. Let me make sure y'all see what I see. And I saw something from Derek. Derek says, it's trash to me for the first quarter, just dining. Yeah. Well, I tell you, Derek, and I want to pull it up. I'm going to address this comment. Typically, for the first quarter, it's only either dining, gas, or restaurants. You will rarely see dining and gas or gas and groceries. You're gonna see one or two of the other. You're not gonna see both of them. So yeah, I like me the fourth quarter. This card, I don't even know why it's in my wallet right now because it's always like tailored around shopping and Amazon.com and Walmart.com. And I don't do online shopping. I need to see, I need to feel, I need to touch what I'm purchasing, if it's for me or even if it's for someone else, especially if it's shoes or clothing. Perfect example. I got a Bitcoin charm in the mail. I ordered it online, and when I got it in the mail, boy, it was nowhere near the size that the picture on the screen looked like. So I like to touch. I like to feel. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in here. Let me pull that down. Let me pull that down here. So from January, I'm going to highlight where I am because this is where the key part is right here. We already talked about what it's earning, but from January 1st to March 1st, you'll earn 5% cash back. Or I like how they broke this down. Or let me make this a little bigger for y'all in the back that may be wearing some spectacles like me. All right, with the American Heart Association and Norwegian Cruise Line, you'll earn 5% back up to $1,500 in combined spending across 3 categories. So please keep in mind, if you book a $1,200 cruise on Norwegian, you only have $300 for the rest of the quarter, not the month. The rest of the 3 months to earn 5% cash back or 7% on dining or 7 times the points. You have $1,500. So in reality, that's $500 a month. It's not $1,500 each month. Because I like to break it down because when you see this combined spending and 3 categories and 5% up here and 5% over here and 5 points per 7%, I mean, it turns into a mathematical equation. So I'm going to break it down. January 1st to March 31st, 5 points per dollar or 5% cash back with Norwegian or the American Heart Association. 7 times the points or 7% cash back on dining. Up to $1,500 across all 3 categories for that quarter. Now, if by chance you do not have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, this is a card that's only for cash back. What's my favorite word? Options. I have the Freedom Flex, the Freedom Unlimited, and the Sapphire Preferred. I run what they call a Chase trifecta. Basically, I'm maximizing my Chase points, and I know which cards I want to use. Right now, I'm basically just using my Freedom Flex at restaurants and getting 3 times the points for the 4th quarter. And that's always every month. It's not just quarters. That's what's on the card every month. And I'm using my Freedom Unlimited card. That's my non-bonus category card where I get 1.5 times the points for every dollar spent. I don't really like doing it. I have other things set up. But if I'm trying to save or accumulate Chase points for travel, then I will use that card, even though I'm giving up 2.5% if I use a cashback card or say my City Custom Cash card. All right, we're going to keep on going. All right, I don't have to read all that. I just, because this is going to be quick, y'all. This is not going to take a long time, but I didn't want to wait. I do want to put this here right here. And then what y'all going to get a good treat, because I'm going to tell you and I'm going to show you how I would work this card in the 1st quarter. I'm going to show y'all. And one of them is going to be I'm banking on something. The other one, but I'm going to have a backup plan just in case. But so y'all going to see what I already know my strategy. And I tell people, don't just get cards. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Be the Joneses. Don't get a card just because Rod got it or Charlie got it or Sarah got it or whoever got it. Get a card because it's going to fit your lifestyle. And I'm going to show y'all. I already know what I'm doing in quarter 1 with my cards. I know 2 out of 3. The 3rd one I'm banking on, but I have a backup plan. It does say dining out. I'm right here. It's a common expense, making this a strong opportunity to rack up rewards. You could max out your earnings in quarter 1 by spending $500 per month on dining with this card. Just keep in mind that your card charges foreign transaction fees. Let me talk about that. This is not a travel card, ladies and gentlemen. This is technically a cashback card with no annual fee. When you see no annual fee, it typically comes with no perks. And it will come with foreign transaction fees. Well, Rob, what are foreign transaction fees? If you're in Mexico, if you're in Cancun, if you're in the Caribbean, if you're outside the continental U.S. and any of its territories, any other 50 states or the U.S. territories, you're going to be imposed, if you use the Freedom Flex, a foreign transaction fee ranging between 2 and 3%. I got gaffled. Y'all might not even know what that means. Back in the days, when Boys in the Hood and all that came out, I got. I didn't have a lot of money back then. And I was using my little debit card or whatever it was back then. And I kept seeing, I didn't see it to the end, but I was being charged a 3% fee. And before I knew it, I ran out of money because I didn't calculate that into my budget. All right, let's see, make sure it's nothing else. I'm not going to go all. Now, you can right now. One thing I want to point out, I got it highlighted right there. You have to go to the Chase mobile app or the Chase website if you have this card. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just got the card, if you're thinking about getting it, I'm telling you right now, if you don't go in there and just, I don't know why they do this, but if you don't click this little button that says activate, it take 2 seconds, you will get 1% cash back for every purchase you spend. I don't care if you're at the restaurant. I don't care if you're on Norwegian, the American Heart Association. If you don't activate it, now you don't have to activate it right now. There is a cutoff date to activate this. Also, keep in mind with this particular card, the $1,500, if you exceed the $1,500, you're still going to get bonus points. You're still going to get 1% cash back for any purchase, regardless to where it is, that's over $1,500 in that quarter. All right, so we got that. I'm just making sure we don't miss anything. All right, I do want to look at this, and I kind of want to, now I don't really look at it, but I'm gonna go over just to show y'all an idea of how this card can really benefit you and what it's done in the past. It doesn't show the future. All right, so right now, it is Chase Travel elevated to 9% cash back for Freedom Flex cardholders. So if you were to book travel through the Chase Travel portal, you will get 9% cash back for every dollar spent. That is Booyah. That's off the chain. Now, I don't know what Chase was thinking about. They need to clear this up because this said this department store. Man, I ain't even been to the mall and I don't know when. I don't know when the last time I popped up in Macy's or Dillard's or J.C. Penney. What else they had? Sears. Who go to the department stores at Old Navy? You know, a million one stores. Nothing wrong with Old Navy, but Old Navy? I mean, I would have just said department store. I guess Old Navy is not a department store. I would say department store and clothing stores. Give people options. Give them options. In the month of December, if you link this card to PayPal, you'll get 5% cash back. So Chase is really doing some stuff. If you're traveling and you go through the travel portal, 9% cash back. And quarter three was gas and EV charging stations, Instacart, Select Live Entertainment. I did it for gas. I didn't do no live entertainment Instacart. I don't even mess with Instacart. I go to the grocery store every day and get what I want. I got some Rod cart. Quarter two, Amazon, Select streaming service, internet, cable, and phone. Quarter two was good. But do y'all see anything about restaurants in here? No. 25, they didn't do it. And in quarter one, grocery stores. So you see how they doing. I'm not about to read all this, but you see how they do it. Quarter one was grocery stores. I could almost predict when they're going to do it. They didn't do much in quarter two. They gave us a little cable, a little internet, a little phone service. Amazon and streaming, if you like that. And quarter three, they went back to gas. Grocery, the big three is groceries, gas, restaurants. Groceries, gas, restaurants, nowhere in the equation. So 26, they're coming back with that. All right, let's see here. If y'all have any questions, whether it's about Chase or anything, any other card or a program or credit, and I am going to do some. I'm going to try to do something about credit. All right, that's it. That's enough of it. So, all right. Make sure. Hey, if y'all have any comments, man, everybody here, and just asking home say, hey, everyone, but y'all, man, come on now. I know it's late. Football on. But anyway, let me bring me up here. Let me take this down. So I'm going to give y'all a quick treat. How long we been on here? 17 minutes. So I'm going to pull out 3 credit cards. My goal every quarter is 5% on all the big 3: groceries, gas, restaurants. I've dumbed that down because I came up with another strategy. I'll even go to 4%. I don't want to go below 4 in the big 3. All right, so I just pulled out 3 credit cards. First one I'm going to show you is the Freedom Flex. This is quarter one. We are not there yet. This is January. I'm going to be using this for eating out, dining in, eating out, whatever I decide to do. 7% cash back. I'm going to transfer those points. They're going to sit on, now with Chase, they sit on the individual card. When I'm ready to travel, I will transfer from the Freedom Unlimited, this card here, the Freedom Flex, over to the Sapphire Preferred, and then I will book my travel. I've taken a lot of free trips. I think the last one, I flew with the Chase points to Denver. I flew to Phoenix. I flew to California. I've flown for free, no money, because I use my everyday expenses to accumulate points. All right. Now, notice that I have restaurants. So we got that. I don't know what category gas and groceries is going to fall under, but I'm going to, one of the two, because you will rarely see Discover and Chase pick the same categories. It wouldn't make sense because now you're making people have to choose. So they typically, if Chase is on restaurants, Discover will be on gas and groceries. Man, you have to be a master of your craft. I pay attention to everything, y'all. I pay attention to everything. So the next card I'm going to pull out is my Discover, my little, what you call this thing? A Westie on it. I don't have this dog. I thought about it, so I got the card, and I watched some video and changed my mind. But I kept the card. Anyway, this card here's another bonus category, rotating bonus category card, 5%. I'm thinking that it's going to be gas or groceries. So let's just say it's gas. We just going to make this simple. This is gas. I got 7% on restaurants, 5% on gas. And the last card I'm going to pull out is my Citi Custom Cash. 5% cash back wherever I use this card the most out of 12 categories. Gas, restaurants, groceries, all of that's included wherever I use it at the most. So Depending on what Discover do is going to determine what Rod does. Hopefully everybody got that. Depending on what Discover do with their bonus category is going to determine how I move with this card. I'm rocking 5%. 1.5%, 2% when it comes to points, miles, and cash back does not excite me. Now, when I first started, and I'm speaking to the new people out there that's just getting started, it should excite you because you can guarantee two things you're going to get with a debit card. I'm going to tell you right now. It's two things you're going to get when you're using a debit card, most of them. They are starting to get smarter and putting cash back on them. But your everyday typical debit card, you're going to get a smile if you're lucky, and you're going to get a receipt if you're lucky. That's it. You're not getting anything, not a half a point, not 1 point, not anything. So I like to get at least something. So if you're just starting to get something. All right, we got that out the way. Now, one thing I want to talk about was these three cards, and I'm gonna try to do it because Discover's not showing my personal info. These three cards, we got the City Custom Cash, the Chase Freedom Flex, and the Discover Ed. These three cards, all of them are no annual fee. You don't pay anything out of pocket. Nothing. These three cards cost me nothing to have. Now, when I'm looking at American Express Platinum, I'm looking at $8.95 a year. When I'm looking at American Express Gold, if I'm looking at, thank you, just asking. If I'm looking at American Express Gold, that's another $325, $350. And then I got the American Airlines, that's $99. Then I got the Hilton Surpass, that's $95. Then I got the World of Hyatt, that's another $95. Then I got the Marriott card, that's another $95. And it keeps going and going and going. Now, if I know let's say I have, and this is a real life thing, the Marriott, the Hyatt, and the Hilton card, but I'm really not staying at the Marriott. Why would I keep it other than what we're getting ready to get into? The next topic. Y'all getting a triple threat tonight, trifecta, baby. I'm doing 3 videos. I just showed you a strategy video. We're talking about the 5% bonus. Now I'm going to talk about credit. When you have a credit card, you really want to think, how long have you had it? You need to determine in the first 12, I would say, I probably wouldn't exceed 24 months. Make a decision. Because once that card get over 24 and start accumulating age or longevity, whatever you want to call it, look at it as age, because when you see it in black and white, when you see it in print, it's going to be listed as the average age of accounts. That's what it's going to affect. So let's go back to that credit card emotion. I had my Discover Ed card since I was a freshman in college, and I'm just using example. And I was 21, and now I'm 41. That's 20 years I've had this card. I call them, and I'm going to tell you, they don't really give high credit limits. And I want a credit limit increase, and they tell me no. And I'd say, cancel my card. You just wiped out 20 years of age or history on your credit. It's not going to happen immediately, but when it get to the point where it fall off your credit, you're still going to be looking at time. So what you need to do in that case, I probably would keep that card. Don't get rid of it. It's 20 years. And I'm going to give you an example. If you have a card that's 20 years and you have a card that you just got, you take those two. 20 plus 0 is 20. Divided by 2, that's 10. You just cut your average age of accounts in half with one approval. You don't. Now, I want to say it's 10%. Let's look at it. And I'm going to break this down to you. I'm going to do a quick. I'm going to try to do this in 3 minutes. Let's see if I can do it in 3 minutes here. Credit. Let's do this here. Let's look at this here. I think this might be it. Y'all bear with me here. And I didn't expect to do this. So trust me, I would have had this already. Is Eric almost done. Man, I feel like I'm typing a paragraph. All right, let me me see if I can get us an image here, and then we're gonna look at this together. If not, I'll just break it down. All right, here we go, right here. Let's see if I can make this bigger. There we go, right there. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. Then we're gonna be rolling. All right. Let me unshare it. Let me share this screen with y'all. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to do this in 3 minutes. Because I don't want to keep y'all here. I know it's late. All right. Let me undo that. So what we're entering right now is just talking about credit. We always say we talk about credit. Well, we're going to talk about some credit tonight. All right. So let's see. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Scroll down here. Make sure y'all see. So when you look at your credit, 30. What's up, Devin? What's up, Blue? 7% on dining out is crazy work. Yeah, man. I agree. What's up? What's going on? Glad to have y'all here. We got 6 real homies in the crib. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button as you come in. Hit that like button. Thumbs up. I ain't even worried about sharing right now. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. And hit that like button. All right. So let me take this down here. All right. Real quick. We're going to see if I can do this. Let me say 4 minutes because I don't want to cheat y'all. All right. So here's how your score is made up. You got 30% amounts owed, 10% new credit, 15% is length of credit history. That's what I was just talking about, your average age of accounts, credit history. So if you're messing that up, you're now rocking with 85% of your credit. So people wonder, why is my credit score 640? Why isn't it going up? Because you have to hit this. Look at this as a assignment in school. A lot of people, amounts owed. I think this is a little backwards, and I'm going to break this down. So 10% new credit, 15% length of credit history, 10% credit mix, 35% payment history, and we just said that. So let's start down here. Credit mix, I don't worry about. Credit mix is like auto loan, revolving credit, mortgage, personal credit. Those are different credit mix. I don't worry about that because a lot of this stuff is going to happen organically. You may get a credit card. You may get a car. That's a credit mix. You don't have to go out and get a personal loan. If you read this, you Google, how do I change my credit score? And then say credit mix and tell you all this stuff. Don't go and get no personal loan, no payday loan, no check cash in place loan and all this stuff. Don't do that. Length of credit history. We just went over that. You want to keep your credit history as long as possible. Obviously, when you're just starting, that's why your credit score doesn't really go up. You've heard people say, I can have bad credit is no better than having no credit. It's kind of true because credit is based on risk. If you have no credit, you haven't proven to anyone that you can maintain credit. That's why a lot of times when you have no credit, people say it's just like bad credit. No credit. We're going to say that one for last because this, even though it's 10%, it's going to be ironic why I'm going to say that one for last. 30% amounts owed. When you see this on anything else, it's going to be credit utilization. You want to make sure your credit utilization is 30% or less. Easy to remember, 30% of your stuff, 30% or less. Reason being, when you start exceeding 30%, the creditors look at you as a risk. Is he or she going over their budget? Are they spending too much? Do they have a problem? Are they going to get to 100% and not pay us our money? Rod said keep it at 10% or less. The expert said 30%. Let me explain how you calculate that. You'll take the amount that you owe. That's why it says amounts owed divided by the credit limit. If you owe $400, you divide that by $1,000 credit limit. That's 40% amounts owed. If you got $300, that's 30%. Now, going down to payment history, these two here will really rock your world with your credit score. Your payment history. Obviously, you want to pay on time, but that's what people mess up. If I pay at the due date, I'm good, Rod. I paid 3 days before the due date, Rod. Why isn't my credit score going up? You would be surprised. The texts, the comments, the membership questions I get about this. Well, you have to pay. I don't know my due dates. I don't care about my due dates. You need to know the statement closing date. If your statement is usually a 21-day grace period, if your statement closes on the 3rd of the month, your payment's going to be due on the 24th. We don't want to wait till the 21st because guess what's going to happen on the 3rd? The 3rd of the month is when they're going to report to the bureaus. Rod's credit, the amount he owed was $500. But between the 3rd and the 21st, when I pay it on the 21st, I'm going to pay it in full. I'm going to pay that $500. But then when I get my credit karma, my credit score didn't move. because they reported that I had 50% credit utilization. I'm thinking I got 0%, and I'm over here mad as I don't know what. So payment history, pay on time, just make sure you know your statement closing dates. 30% or less, 15% is your length of credit history. Don't get rid of your oldest credit cards. If you don't have two, credit mix. I don't really sweat that. That's going to happen organically. Let's talk about this new credit. This is the season where people get all kind of new credit. You go to you go online. You ain't really got to go to the mall. You go online. You see Amazon. Hey, apply for the Amazon card and you'll get 10% off your order. Apply for this place, you'll get 15% off your order. Apply for this place, you'll get 20%. And you just are applying and applying and applying. Every time you apply and if you get denied, you're going to take a credit hit. It could be 2 to 5. I've seen 5-point drops when I was in the automotive industry. I've seen 2-point drops. But if they tell you, or you're in the store, they tell you, or you looking on the internet and you get a pop-up on your screen that say, hey, Rod, you're going to get a letter in the mail in 7 to 10 days. That is code word, code 500, blue light special that you were denied. I'm just going to tell you. Because if you're approved, you're going to get congratulations. Do you want to use it now? Here's your 10% off. Now, if this is what people be called slipping on a banana peel. If the whole thing was, would you like to apply for a card to get 10% off this purchase? And then they tell you you're going to get a letter 7 to 10 days. What happened to my 10%? Duh, you ain't going to get it because you were denied. And then while you waiting on this letter in the mail, you go to your next website. And then you go to the third website. Everybody telling you about this letter, you just think you about to be the most popular person in credit card history. But what's happening? Let's just say 3. We're going to use between 2 to 5. So we'll say 3. 3, you go to 5 places. You just dropped your credit score 15 points. 5 times 5. 5 places, 3 points each. You just dropped your score 15 points. And you ain't got Nathan. You ain't got nothing. Nothing. You're going to get a letter in the mail. You're going to get a bunch of them. But before you get the letter in the mail, you're probably going to check your app and see what your credit score doing. And you're going to be mad as hell because your score going to be done drop. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I probably went over 4 minutes. Let me see what's going on here because I am going to get ready to raise up. And Devin says he recently got a three $1,000 credit limit increases. You will see acronyms on this channel, and I'll do my best to break them down for you. CLI is credit limit increase. Vince, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Man, I was in a live stream earlier. Just Us TV, it's a cruising couple, but it was a bunch of chief petty officers in there. So just checking in, senior man, salute, brother. Hey, appreciate you checking in, man. Good, always good to see you, man. You still in the Navy, bro? Let me know, man. I done said man like 15 times. I think I'm going for a record here. I saw a comedy thing, man. That dude kept saying man, and it's been stuck in my head. Senior, how did you acquire all these cars and avoid having 1 million inquiries? Strategy, bro. I have an acronym, man. You're familiar with acronyms. You're in the Navy. It's called STAB. Let me put it in the comments. STAB. STTAB. I always had to look at it. Yeah, there it is. And that stands for smarter than the average bear. Well, if you go and get like 5 inquiries, they're going to probably tell you no. But I staggered my credit card applications so I wouldn't get 1 million inquiries. When I really got on the road and I got in this points and miles game, I had the Capital Ones, I had the Quicksilvers, but then I got this American Airlines card, and that's what started this whole shebang of points brain travel, because I didn't understand the points. I didn't understand the miles. So I started watching people like Axe Sebi, Credit Shifu, Dwayne from How to Build Credit TV. And it's cool. I just talked to Dwayne on the phone not long ago. The same people I watch. I emailed Brian Jung about a year or 2 years ago. The same people I watch are the same people I communicate with now. And it still to this day blow my mind. But as I watch these people, and that's what I want y'all to do, don't just listen to Rod, get different perspectives. Notice I just named like 3 or 4 people, not to mention Nigel Schroeder, not to mention Cakeology on the business credit. Get Business Credit, Josh Van Horn. I'm watching all these people and I'm formulating the Points Blank Travel strategy, not the YouTube channel, the Points Blank Travel strategy. In case you didn't know, Points Blank, I'm just a straight shooter. I shoot straight from the hip. I ain't got time to sugarcoat nothing. Travel, we talking about traveling for little or no money out of your pocket. That's how the name came up. Point Blank, put an S on it because I'm talking about points blank when we travel. There you go. All right, so strategic, man. That's how I did it. I am at 9 and decided to put myself in timeout for 2 years. And that's what you have to do. You have to put yourself, you are the CEO. I talk about this on my other channel, Investing with Rod, all the time. You are the CEO of you. If you don't put yourself in timeout, I'm not going to do it. Your cousin's not going to do it because you ain't going to listen to me nor your cousin. You have to put yourself, you have to say, wait a minute. I have 9 inquiries. Yes, it's gonna come back up. Why? Now here go another. Here go. Boy, I'm doing a whole lot of live streams in one live stream. I need to slow down. This is like 6 videos I've done. I'll redo them anyway. But Rod, why when I apply for these cards, I get a hit on my credit. Say, hey, you got a new inquiry. My credit go down 2 points, but then in like a month it go back up 10 points, and I didn't really do anything because. And this is why you see this comment right here. Let me go back up. This is why you'll see a lot of this. This is not what Devin's doing, but if you look at different content creators, you'll hear people say, I got this credit limit increase. I got that credit limit increase. I got this CLI. Well, why? I haven't asked for a CLI since I was probably borderline or broke or something like that. But the reason people do it, because when you get a new credit card that you haven't used and you get the right credit limit, what did you just do? I just went over it. You just decrease your credit utilization because now you have a card with a zero balance, say a $5,000 or $10,000 credit limit. You have $10,000 more to bring your credit utilization ratio down, hopefully below 30 or 10%, and then your credit score go up 10 points. The lower the utilization, the higher the credit. Lower the utilization, higher the credit. So hopefully y'all got that. All right, Devin said, Devin, thank you for being a channel member and make sure we don't have any more. A good way for great payment history is set up auto pay on your bills. Yes, it is. I've never used auto pay. I'm just not a fan of it, but yes, I agree with Devin. If you have a lot of credit cards or a lot of different things, use auto pay, but this is where people get caught slipping on the banana peel. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you why I disagree. Not with Devin, but I'm going to tell you why I disagree with this statement. Anybody want to guess why I disagree with that? I'm going to start, meaning I'm going to come back to it. Why does Rod disagree with auto pay? That's the question of the day. Why does Rod not talk about auto pay on his channel? Why don't I suggest it? I'm going to give y'all a hint because a lot of people go mess it up. That's going to be the hint. And then we kind of covered it in class. Class is in session in case I forgot to ring the school bell. Class has been in session for a while, for 38 minutes, 36, whatever this little thing is. Y'all, these glasses ain't glassing, man. I mean, and I ain't get them at like Kmart or 7-Eleven or nothing. I got these at a high price store, man. They ain't glassing. Maybe do these things run out after so long? Hey, that's the question, though. I'm gonna pull some more stuff, but I'm going back to that. Why don't I talk about auto pay? And a hint is most people will mess it up. That's your hint. Let's see who the grand prize winner gonna be. I made that mistake by applying by, boy, I'm glad I ain't sipping on nothing. That was like a sobriety test by applying. Like I thought these glasses really wasn't glass. And all right, by applying multiple times for cards, even though they said I'll receive a letter. Yeah, man, that's why I talk about it. Boy, I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of invisible banana peels out in the world, man. And people get caught slipping them on them every day. Why am I able to talk about it? Because I'm the king of banana peels. I just slipped on every one of them that was available. And what I try to do on this channel is I tell y'all the mistakes I've made. I tell you the things I've been through so you don't have to do it. Don't think I'm over here Mr. Perfect and I've experienced everything I talk about. That's why I tell y'all about it. I was that dude during Christmas applied everywhere. Had a whole lot of letters coming in, no extra credit and a bad credit score. Let me look here. I just got an answer, but nah, they ain't it. But hey, man, Y'all, hey, the question is, why don't I talk about auto pay? All right, tonight I've been watching Thursday Night Football. Yeah, it's still on, man. I got it on right here. But no, it went off. Don't y'all leave and go watch it. It's going off right now, 40 seconds, and they counting down. All right. I'm going to email soon, but I did some research on your old videos about the Amex Everyday card, and damn, I missed out on that card. Yeah, man. Let me read that again. I want to read things twice if I don't understand the question or I really like it. The statement. I'm going to email soon, but I did some research on your old videos about the Amex Everyday or American Express Everyday card, and damn, I missed out on that card. That card was a beast, man. I used to work that card, boy. I can't tell you how I worked it, man, but I worked it. That's all I'm gonna say. I worked that card, and that card probably had something to do with me taking my first class flight, and that was I had the Everyday Preferred, so it was a night. I didn't have no platinums, golds, and all the black card. I just had a everyday card. It was a clear card. You could see through it. It's no longer available. I use AutoPay on almost all my cards. Okay. And y'all, please. Seems like you need a co-host. Oh, wait, hey, Lisa, you want to be the co-host? What's up, Crafty Leo Cooks? What's going on? Crafty Leo, hey, I saw you on an old video, y'all. I was watching an old video right before this live, and I saw, because I mixed you up with somebody else, and I saw you pop up on the screen, and I was like, man, what happened to all these people? And here you are. Well, at least I have a co-host. I don't have a co-host in this channel. I have a co-host on the Points Blank Experience and various, but hey, I might, okay. No, I see what you're saying. I might drop the link. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here. All right, Carter Leo, what's going on? Hey, what you cooking, man? Yo, y'all didn't get no dressing for Thanksgiving. I don't want none for Christmas. I gotta give me some good, like some homemade dressing. I ain't talking about no Luby's or Cracker Barrel dressing or Denny's dressing. I'm talking about some real dressing. I ain't talking about that stove top and stuff like that. I'm talking about some real dressing where you cook up some cornbread. From when you asked me on the live stream, I received my Smartly card recently. Congratulations, man. Let me see if I got something for you, David. I might have something to congratulate you, man. Congratulations, bro. What the heck was that? Man, the people are not working for me sleep. Nah, that's a soundbite, y'all. Anyway, congratulations, Devin. I think because sometimes we can't manage our money, then we get a payment decline, which result in fees and hurt your credit. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Nah, I'm gonna tell you why. That's a good answer though, but that's not what I'm thinking. I think because sometimes we can't manage our money, and then that's a good one though. I am going to include this as a runner-up. But let's say you set up your stuff for auto pay, and then you go hang out with the homies or the home girls, and you spend all the money that you go have drafted for auto pay, and then not only you out of money, but when they go to draft, you don't have any money, and then your credit score gonna go down. I'm gonna give y'all another hit. Your credit score gonna go down way before that, though. It's gonna go down way before that. I'm just gonna check some. I want to make. I'm chat GPT and see should this be the first answer. Really, I'm not. All right. Oh, you ain't cook nothing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to check out your channel because I don't remember it being Crafty Leo Cooks. I just remember Crafty Leo. Yes, the Amex Everyday is a beast for gaining member reward points. Yes, it is. Do you think they'll refresh that card? You never know, man. These credit card companies are doing a lot of stuff. They're doing a lot of stuff. You never know. I don't know. I tell you what messed that card up, the 30 transactions, because if you use that card 30 times, I'm going to tell y'all how you do it if they ever redo it. You have to use that card 30 times. If you get the regular everyday card, it was 20 times or something like that. But if you use the Everyday Preferred card 30 times in a billing cycle, a 30-day cycle, you get a 50% bonus. So if you earn 100 points, you get 150 points. Well, I'm going to tell you how I did it. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but this is how your boy did it. It was kind of funny. It was actually comical, man. I would go to Kroger, right? My favorite spot on the planet that's non-entertainment. Well, it's entertaining to me. Must be. I go every day. Let's say I'm getting I don't know, some stuff for nachos. I will make some nachos. So I'm going to get some ground beef, some shells, some cheese, sour cream, salsa, some cilantro. What I just named right there, the minimum is going to be 3 transactions. I'm not going to be crazy and go over here and just get it all. If I got the everyday preferred card, I need to make 1 transaction every day. The chances of me doing that is kind of slim to none, especially when I'm using other cards. So your boy gonna stab it out. I'm gonna be smarter than the average bear. I'm gonna put my shells and my ground beef, gonna be 1 transaction. My sauce and my cheese gonna be another transaction. My sour cream, my cilantro gonna be another transaction. I forgot about the taco season, so now I gotta go back. That's gonna be a 4th transaction. I only have 26 left. I can't say what I was about to say. I was working it. We'll leave it at that. All right, so let me answer that. Oh, it's still, okay. Yeah, I forgot about these little handles. Hey, y'all, I've been changing my handle because they've been putting numbers behind it. Like, I was on the Points Bank Experience at the Points. No, I was on the Real Talk with Rob podcast. And it said Real Talk with Rob podcast 4674. That didn't even look cool. Boy, I went in there so fast in the middle of it. I was watching the live show. I went in there and changed it. When I went back in, and then it had the real name. So you can change it if you don't want it on there. All right, y'all, here's the answer. So what was that question? Let me go back up here. The question, it wasn't a question. Devin made a comment. A good way for great payment history is set up auto pay on your bills. I agree with that statement, but I'm going to tell you why I don't use auto pay and I don't talk about it. Auto pay is a great way for 35%. And 35%, remember, 35% was payment history at the bottom. As we look at the screen, it's your bottom left, 35% payment history. But that's cool. That's cool. But most people that I know gonna set up auto pay for the day it's due or the day before it's due. We just learned in the class with Rod that we need to set up auto pay if the billing statement closing date is the 3rd, and the payment was due the 24th. Let me make me big. I need y'all to make sure y'all get this one. If you use auto pay, and don't be the average bear, we got to be smarter than the average bear. Don't set it for the due date. You need to find your statement closing date. Set up your auto pay. If it's due, the statement closes the 3rd. If you have money in the bank and you know you're going to get paid on the 1st every month, like my retirement comes the 1st every month from the Navy. I'm going to set it up, not for the 1st, just in case something happened, but I'm going to set it up for the 2nd. It's going to do it the 2nd, and I don't have to worry about the 3rd. But the average bear is going to set it up a couple of days before the due date or the due date. Yes, their payment is going to be on time, but that credit utilization, their world is going to be rocked. They're going to be mad. Their credit score is not going to go up. And Rod just showed you how to do it. If you use auto pay, set it 1 to 2 days prior to the statement closing date. I don't drop gems. I don't drop nuggets. I drop boulders. I'm going to hit you right upside the head with some information. Y'all just got probably at least 6 to 7 videos in this one live stream. That's why you want to be tapped in. That's why you want to be tapped in. All right, Devin's rebuttal is sometimes payments will still be charged even if you barely have any money in the account to where you get overdrawn. Due to my bills, I go overdrawn them. Hold up. They didn't have extra money transferred to avoid it. Due to sometimes payments will still be charged even if you barely have any money in your account. That's good to know. I wouldn't recommend doing it though, to where you get overdrawn. So you'll get overdrawn. Yeah, you pay. Due to my bills, I go overdrawn, then have extra money transferred. All right, Devin, you're going to have to break that down because you kind of lost me on that one. I tried to get it down. Sophie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, man. We talked about all kind of stuff. So Chase's Freedom Flex 5% bonus categories are out for Q1. You can activate them right now on the Chase mobile app or the Chase website. Make sure you keep in mind dining, any form of dining. Now, I will tell you this, please, man. Again, I try to cover every angle. If you go into the gas station and you get them little taquito things, that ain't no dining. You know you got some food, you're in the gas station. It has to be coded as a restaurant. Make sure, if you're not sure, don't ask probably somebody don't look like, ask some manager or something. But It has the coldest restaurants. 5% back on Norwegian cruises, 5% back if you donate to the American Heart Association. You will get 3 times the points back with drugstores, and I want to say 5% back on Chase Travel. Also, we talked about credit. We talked about what makes up your credit score. You got 30% credit utilization, 35% history, 10% credit mix, 10% inquiries or new accounts, 15% average age of accounts. We talked about that. Then we talked about a strategy, how to maximize with no annual fee cards. We took the Freedom Flex, the Citi Custom Cash, and the Discover It card. None of them have annual fees. If you work the system, you can get 5% cash back or 5 times the points. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Okay, so what am I doing with these cards? What am I gonna do with them? How am I gonna work them? The Citi card, the points get transferred to American Airlines, flight covered. Freedom Flex, the points typically get transferred to Hyatt, or if I need to fly American, I may use Chase Ultimate Reward points, or I may go to Marriott. Discover It card, that's the cash back card for when I travel. I take the money back from that, usually throw it in an investment, say crypto or stock, because I know when I'm going to travel in advance. Now, if I'm going to travel next week, I'm not going to take cash back from the Discover It card and put it in an investment. I'll probably put it in a high yield savings account, which still may not work because it depends on when the statement or the billing closes or whatever. All right, Devin said, I was saying, if you have a bill for $100 that only have 50 available in the account, you can transfer money from a different account. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you now, Devin. Okay, it makes sense. So if you have a bill, well, I think what the other person was saying, they probably don't have this extra 50. You can transfer it if you got extra money, but I think that person was saying, and there was one Crafty Leo was saying right here, I think because sometimes we can't manage our money. So they probably won't have that extra 50, Devin. They didn't manage their money. They will get a payment decline because they only had 100 and ran out to 100, which will result in fees and hurt your credit. So, but that's a good thing. You can always transfer. All right, y'all, this is the last call for comments. We're coming up on 53 minutes, man. Points Play Travel, y'all, I've been busy. I'm not traveling, but content. I am going to be digging through some old videos and pull out some stuff that I may or may not ever cover again that's still beneficial. I don't know when I'll cover it in a video or a live stream. We are trying to get away from lives on here and have more shorter form videos, but something like this, it would have easily taken me double the time to put a video together, edit it, when I can just come on here, do it live, get it out to y'all, and do 6 other videos all at the same time. You want to be subscribed to this channel. Just because you see a thumbnail and a title, I'm subject to talk about 2, 3, 4, 5 things beyond that. Someone may ask something in the comments or something like that, and we will address it. If I don't know the answer, I'm not perfect. If I don't know the answer, I will Google it in a heartbeat. And they got AI and all kind of stuff. Now, one last thing I want to leave y'all with before I do my closing statement. If you're the smartest person in the room, they always say you're in the wrong room. And you may be, but if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Leave that room, go to the right room, get that information, and come back to that original room and help those people out. That's just a little note from ROD from PBT. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, hit that thumbs up. When you hit the notification bell, it is going to default to personalized. Make sure you select all so you don't miss out on future videos or live streams or shorts. I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, more fire, more knowledge, more importantly, showing you how to travel with little or no money out of your pocket via credit card, points, miles, or cash back. And we also talk about credit. How can I increase my credit score? You know, I'm tired of being in the 600s. I want to be in 700s. I want to be in the 800s. I want to get to the 600s. You're in the right place. Your boy Rod is going to show you how to do it. I break it down to the lowest molecule. I'm not trying to sound like the coolest dude. I want to sound like the dude that's trying to help people. With all that being said, I hope y'all have a blessed, prosperous evening. And as always, man, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you will be amongst the stars. I will be coming at you soon via a channel near you, whether it's on the Points Blank Experience. Well, it's just simple stuff, real talk from a point blank perspective. It's more than a YouTube channel. It's an experience, investing with Rob, where we're showing everyone how to invest with little, You can't say no money. You got to have some money, but we can even show you how to invest with a dollar. I'm just taking you on my journey on how I do it. Again, that's investing with Rod, the Points Blank Experience. And then we're here at Points Blank Travel, where I just told y'all to spill. With all that being said, much love, y'all. And until the next time, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars. I can guarantee. Much love, y'all. Peace. I'm doing all this talking, man. Let me say that again. My lips moving, but I just saw the mic was muted. I stopped that, but I am gonna play something real quick, just so y'all can hopefully be motivated. I just want y'all to hear this real quick, and then I'm gonna be raising up out of here. Much love, y'all, and I am getting out of here for real this time. If I press the wrong one, then if I switched, y'all will know why. Hey, back when I was a young man growing up in Southeast Arkansas, I had visions, I had goals, I had dreams, I had things that I wanted to do and wanted to accomplish. And yet I had so many people that doubted me, so many people that told me I couldn't do it, so many people that told me you can't. I even had family members that only wished for me the life that they had lived in this small rural town in Arkansas. But I never gave up. I believed, and I knew I could. I've traveled around the world. I've actually been to more places than both sides of my family put together. I've hung out in Hong Kong. I've kicked it in Australia. So what I'm trying to relate to you, each and every day that you wake up, walk and look in the mirror. Make one of the first things you do. Look in the mirror and say two words. I can.